But there are lots of debates among experts and between experts and non-experts about probability. Also, how aware are you about where our forecast stood relative to the conventional wisdom or the market, as I call it? If you're someone who really gets probability, I have friends who play poker, friends who are in financial services, right? So they'll say, hey, if you say 30% and everyone else says 15% and the 30% happens, you're a genius, because that means I can get a lot of money betting on your forecast. If you just look at 5 forecasts in the isolate and you look at things in a more binary way, then you think we're a bunch of idiots by contrast. See, we've gotten all 4 of the reactions in this quadrant here. But what do we actually say? So this is the forecast we had up. Oops.
So he goes through and a bunch of slides there presenting data at the this was at the Kantar media event called Fragment Nation that occurred this past week in New York City. And Nate Silver, really famous statistician. If you haven't read his book, The Signal from what is it? The Signal and the Noise. It's a good read. I read it a couple years ago. But he got really into stats and data first as a fan of baseball, believe it or not. And then from there, he became famous for being able to predict a bunch of the presidential elections. And, he got a lot of coverage as he started a new site called 538. And that site is really fascinating to follow. I encourage you to definitely check that out if you're interested in data and politics and all sorts of stuff around analytics. The Kantar media event there, though, called Fragment Nation, was talking about just kind of the splintering of consumer preferences and segmentation among consumer targeting and all those things. And the CEO of Kantar was also there talking as well. Nate Silver was the keynote. And if I go here, let's see. Let's see what I got here. No, that was the introduction of Nate Silver. And, this was the one. Yep, then he started talking about big data and such like that. Let's check this out.
The use of small polling data, big data.
All right, there we go. There's the head of Kantar
that's interesting
interviewing Nate Silver after Nate Silver gave his presentation.
What I would call small data. You haven't been using set-top box data or Google data. What do you think about
talking about the wonderful world of data?
Those kind of data sets.
I live and breathe it.
Understanding people's behavior. Would it have helped you or others predict behavior any differently or better?
I mean, the campaigns do some of that. The Clinton campaign collects all different types of information, which I think is predictive and has some notion of how.
So pretty fascinating there. A really great event called Fragment Nation that was held again in New York City this week. So that's part of our Pocket Full of Sounds, some interesting audio clips that we capture as we go through the day-by-day here in New York City and generally around the East Coast. But hey, this is our pre-Thanksgiving show. So I want to wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. It's been quite a year, I have to say. Quite a year. We got a lot to be thankful for, though. And I am thankful for you. I'm thankful for the support that we've gotten. I'm thankful for the support that I've gotten from Shelby Blondell, our producer, over the past several months. And I'm thankful for the Morrison Brothers Band that we're going to be featuring next here. On the other side of this, we're talking about Google Cloud. We're talking about their machine learning capabilities that they just launched for the enterprise. We're talking about Google Translator that you, me, and anybody can use to talk to people in foreign languages. We'll be talking about those things on the other side of this. But hey, if you're not into wine, like Michael Simon was promoting there on his May I Be So Bold newsletter. Again, you can go back to episode number, gosh, what was that? Let me see. That was episode number 14 for anybody tracking it at home here. We got a great catalog of content. I certainly encourage you to go back and check it out after this show's done. So we're not going to be drinking wine. We're going to encourage you to take a shot at your dreams, your ambitions today here on Pop Song Tech. And for those of you that are still recovering from the election and would prefer not to have wine but prefer to have something a little bit harder, this song is also quite relevant for you. This song is called Take a Shot from the Morrison Brothers Band.
I'm trying to believe. My heart was in your hands. Tonight's my chance. I'm gonna take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, and keep on tipping back till I ain't falling. I'm gonna take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, keep them lined up till we hit last call, yeah. I wanna run wild, I wanna kick back, I want a good time, put it on my tab. Gonna get moving on everything I got. Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot. Let a few drinks go by, no surprise, you're back on my mind. Trying to find a new set of blue eyes to pass the time. Try to drop a few lines, but she's nowhere to be found. I order up another round. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, and keep them tipping back till I ain't falling. I'm gonna take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, keep them lined up till we hit last call, yeah. I wanna run wild, I wanna kick back, I want a good time, put it on my tab. Gonna get moving on everything I got. Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot. When the sunlight knocks the daylights out of last night, and I'm trying to get my head right, I realized the first time in a long time that you're not on my mind. I guess I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna take a shot, take a shot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take a shot, take a shot, take a shot. Keep them tipping back till I ain't falling. I'm gonna take a shot, take a shot, take a shot. Keep them lined up till we hit last call, yeah. I wanna run wild, I wanna kick back, I want a good time, put it on my tab. Gonna get moving on everything I got. Oh, I'm gonna take a shot. Oh, take a shot, take a shot.
And that is the Morrison Brothers Band. You can check them out on the web at themorrisonbrothersband.com. You can check our show notes for links to that as well. And again, if you haven't checked out the interview that we did with the lead singer of the Morrison Brothers, Willie Morrison, that's back on episode number 25. But this is episode number 30. Oh my goodness, we're into the 30s. When I turned 30, I had my first midlife crisis. People go through midlife crises, right? And my first midlife crisis, I went out and I bought a Hummer. That was, I don't know what you did for your different crises. And when I turned 40, oh gosh, I'm giving my age away here. This year, I gave myself a podcast. So that's what I did. At 30, I bought a Hummer. At 40, I bought a microphone and gave myself the opportunity to do a podcast here with you called Pop Song Tech. You can check us out on the web at popsongtech.com. And please, I invite you to share the show with others, with colleagues, friends, pets. Today, pets we like are, I'll say, a pet skunk. People don't tend to have pet skunks, but I have a random skunk that is kind of walking around my backyard here in northern Jersey. I was out doing some yard work the other day, and I heard something just kind of in the bushes, and I thought it was going to be like a squirrel or something. I look in there, and the black and white tail right there just staring right back at me, and I'm like, oh, snap. And I went running the other way just to make sure I didn't get hit by the stank. But even skunks are invited to listen to Pop Song Tech. But we're moving into the tech portion of the show today. We're talking about Google. I don't know that we've spent much time on any of our shows talking about Google. It's boring to talk about the behemoth. I prefer to talk about kind of the emerging tech and kind of what's new and out there that maybe you haven't seen. But I got to tell you, with all the hype that's out there about machine learning, man, we got to talk about it. Again, on a previous show, we talked about, machine learning being the king of hype in the business industry, in the technology industry, as noted by Gartner. Gartner has these magic quadrants they put out. They put these S-curves out. They put these, and basically what they were saying was it is the most hyped thing out there right now is machine learning. Machine learning is one subset of artificial intelligence. There are other pieces. There are other things that make up AI or artificial intelligence. Machine learning is one. I like to think about machine learning as constraint-based optimization with the feedback loop. You need to train models and such. And we went into pretty good detail on what it was back in episode 22. But Google this week, I came across this article here that I thought was very, very fascinating. They had an event this week, and Martech Today is the site here that covered the event. That's martechtoday.com. I'll tweet a link to this article for your reference later this week. You can read it to your family over the dinner table there. Turkey, cranberry sauce, and Google Cloud go well together, right? Happy Thanksgiving. So I'm going into this article here. This is by Danny Sullivan from November 15th, just this past week. This is called Google Cloud announces new machine learning features for enterprise use. Soon you can rent your own machine learning computer, plus APIs allow for translations, job matching, entity analysis, and more. Why do you care about this? Because, machine learning has got so much opportunity, but it's also, a threat to the typical jobs that are out there today. So you want to be aware of kind of what's coming down the path here. And I'll say also at the Kantar event that I was at this past week, after the event, the main event, fragmentation was over, they had an awards ceremony for data visualization winners. So people that put together the most amazing data visualizations. And I got to say, I was exposed to some new data sets that I hadn't seen before through this. And the way that you visualize those data sets is really kind of an art form in and of itself. There's a gentleman out there who's kind of like the oracle, if you will, of data visualization over the past 2 decades. His name is Edward Tufte. He's got a bunch of books on the visual display of quantitative information. And, that's really just blowing up even more so now than ever. And there was this data visualization award ceremony that Kantar Media put on. And, maybe I'll go and find some examples of that and tweet them this week as well. But anyway, machine learning came up in the context of that as well. So soon you can rent your own machine learning computer. You can rent an apartment, you can rent a car, you can rent your own machine learning computer soon. Plus, APIs allow for translations, job matching, entity analysis, and more. Are you a big business that's been thinking you'd like some of that machine learning stuff to help with finding job applicants? Doing translation, discovering linkages in data, or maybe building your own knowledge graph? Well, Google's got new offerings out this week to help with those and more. The news came during a special press event for the latest with Google Cloud Machine Learning. And there's a summary slide here as well, indicating that Google Cloud is making machine learning more accessible for the enterprise in 5 steps. We're going to talk through those 5 steps and see what else Google's been up to here. So first, GPUs on GCP. Early in 2017, Google Cloud Platform will make GPUs available worldwide. The second key feature here is that there's going to be an 80% price drop for Cloud Vision API. This is insight from images with our powerful Cloud Vision API. The third one here is Cloud Natural Language API for sentiment analysis and entity recognition in a piece of text. I'm really interested in this one. The fourth one here is Cloud Jobs API, which is powerful job search and discovery built for the talent industry. And 5, Google has Cloud Translation API Premium, dynamically translate between thousands of available language pairs. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more because, that's been a topic near and dear to my heart since the start of Pop Song Tech. Going down the list, Google first announced a way for companies to effectively rent their own machine learning processor for next year, a machine learning GPU that's linked into Google Cloud. And so they've got a slide here with 3 different GPUs. One is called the AMD FirePro S9300X2. The second is from NVIDIA. It's the Tesla P100. The third is also from NVIDIA. It's the Tesla K80s. Yes, GPU as in graphics processing unit. But in these